Let's come back to Maxwell.
By the time he was 29, he actually went to 4 universities, whether it was to study or to teach.
Jeez.
29 years old, okay? So after he graduated from the University of Edinburgh, and he went to the University of Cambridge. This was in 1850, so he was 19 years old, okay? Cambridge for his second round, and this time it was a mathematical round. So he went in. This was a 6-year period that he stayed at Cambridge. By the end of it, he came out with a degree in mathematics, and he also joined a secret society. So that's interesting. Where
Like a secret mathematics society, or like a...
it was called the Cambridge Apostles, and it's like there's a Trinity College. At U of T we also have a Trinity College, but I'm pretty sure it's inspired from Cambridge.
It is.
Cambridge's Trinity, and he actually was a part of that. He was part of Trinity at Cambridge, and he was actually elected to the elite secret society.
Oh my!
Known as the Cambridge Apostles, and
wow, that's
where
amazing.
he learned within that elite society, he learned a lot about like Christian faith and science in general, because the elite would study science.
Wow.
Now,
Very interesting.
he actually graduated second of his class, behind another student. Okay,
Is he famous now?
I don't
No,
think so.
no.
When I read the name, it did not ring a bell.
Tough.
But it was actually later announced that they were tied.
Oh,
They were tied.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So technically he graduated first of his class. Congratulations to him. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He also, he published more papers, and while he was at Cambridge, he actually published his first paper on electricity and magnetism, not yet electromagnetism, because they weren't unified yet. So it was electricity and magnetism. Now, after Cambridge in 1856, he went to the Marischal College, whatever. Here's what happened at Marischal College. That was interesting, noteworthy to say on the podcast. At the time, it was unknown how Saturn actually had rings, because it was a huge stability issue, right? If Saturn's rings were actually like solid objects, it's completely unknown to like why they would just stay there.
Yeah.
And also, if Saturn's rings were like not I don't want to say clumps, but like big pieces, big chunks, like made up of big chunks, then what would happen is that they would actually create clumps and be completely destabilized, and they would not be able to just sit there in space. And so it was actually it was chosen, that topic, the stability of Saturn's rings, was chosen as the 1857 Adams Prize, where if you solve it, you get a prize. And so
I'm assuming Maxwell.
Maxwell won it.
Okay.
And his solution was that the rings were made of numerous small particles, very, very, very small particles. And we actually saw this last year in our astrophysics class, where we were talking about Saturn's rings, and our professor, she said, if you take the ratio between the thickness and the like diameter, I guess, like across, like I'm not all the way across the rings, I mean like the thickness of the rings, like it's a ring, the thickness versus diameter, thickness,
Like a disc.
I say thickness twice, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
not.
okay, from the outer radius to the inner radius, that distance
Yeah.
and the ratio between the thickness of it
Yeah.
is less than the edge of a razor blade. Okay, so if you take
Because
if you
I
take the
remember this.
the
I
width,
remember this.
the width, the thickness divided by the width, it would be less than
Yeah, like it.
a literal razor blade.
Basically saying that it's really thin compared to the size of Saturn. Like, yeah, that's
Very, very thin.
yeah, very. Or
No, I mean the Saturn's
Com-
rings.
yeah, Saturn's
relative
rings are very thin relative to
yeah.
well anything really. Just
anything.
because they're so big.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the space that they're actually
huge.
taking up is so gigantic.
Yeah.
Right?
And so guess how much he won for that back in
1800?
1857. How much did he win for solving that?
100 grand?
That problem? 100,000?
Is that too much? I thought that would be because it's $1 million right now for some prizes.
No. He won $130 or
Oh.
pounds. Pounds.
What? That's
Pounds.
appalling.
Well, if you think about it, like
Even 130 pounds though.
no,
right
but
now.
if you think about like
He's
inflation, like
100
from the 1800s,
probably. You're
no,
right.
yeah,
You're
that-
probably
that's
right.
that's
You're
probably
right.
insane.
You're probably right.
Probably very insane. Like a hamburger in 1950 was 10 cents. You know what I mean?
What? Oh, you're 1950.
I swear.
I thought you said 1850.
No, 1950 was like
Yeah,
10
of course.
cents.
No, I thought you were gonna say 1850, 10 cents.
No,
I'm
imagine
like,
how much
no.
130 pounds was worth in 1950. Now go back 100
Couple
years.
thousand probably. No.
Now go back 100 years.
Valid.
That's all I'm
valid.
saying.
He was probably
It
a
was a
little
lot.
bit rich. I mean, he
was
owned
a lot.
1,000 acres.
No, yeah,
of
he didn't.
land.
He
Like,
didn't need.
I don't
it.
think
his
he
dad
needed,
did, but
sorry,
he didn't
but
need it.
I don't think he really needed
No, he re-
anything.
He really
It was.
didn't.
It was just nice that he got it.